Death Wrestling with Death Wrestling with Dethmare.
Hello, viewer mares, and welcome to Wrestling with Dethmare. I've been getting so inspired lately by how much exposure professional wrestling has been getting lately, not just surrounding the Vince McMahon exposure, the essaying, the Ashley Massaro incident in Iraq, the John Laurinaitis stuff, and Tony Khan's addiction and John Cena sticking up for Look, no. Look, besides all the Kevin Nash sticking up for Vince McMahon, who cares? Look, we still have WrestleMania 40 to get to, and Cody's gonna finish his story! I'm sorry. Sometimes I just get too passionate. Okay, take two, let's try that again. I've been getting really inspired lately with everyone online talking about wrestling news, wrestling headlines, and hey, I thought I should give a crack at it. Everyone and their grandmother can do the same lazy-ass, tired-ass shit, read directly off of a random dirt sheet, verbatim, and just pass it off as breaking news. So, that's what we're going to do today. Well, here goes my attempt at my own views and entertainment. Wish me the best. Story number 1. AJ Styles says Vince McMahon did not know who he was when he debuted with WWE in 2016. That is a coincidence, because let me tell you what, my boss didn't know who I was when they hired me. Breaking news. Story number 2. There is reportedly a mystery slot for somebody at WWE WrestleMania 40. Is that really breaking news? Like, there's always a surprise at a big wrestling event. Like, even before ECW was doing it all the time in the 90s, that was still pretty common. But I guess we can talk about it. Could it be the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin, coming to help Cody Rhodes by taking out his arch nemesis, The Rock? Or could it be MJF? In all honesty, though, would I love to see MJF show up to WrestleMania? Of course I would. He's amazing. He's great. But what I would love even more is if he showed up to WrestleMania and screwed Cody Rhodes. And story number 3. Drew McIntyre says there was an outline for his promo segment with CM Punk and Seth Rollins on Raw. I gotta be honest here, the fact that there was even an outline of anything in WWE is kind of breaking news. No disrespect to writing teams or producers or the production team. But let's be real, there's still people in high positions at the WWE who will constantly try to tear that place down just to try to get Vince McMahon back. So there's always going to be people that just try to screw everything up for everyone. That's how it goes. But quite honestly, at the same time, one of the things that made the Attitude Era so great was the way that it was written. Number one, it was written like a TV show. There were segments out with a thread throughout the show. Two, there wasn't a heavy script or anything. Russo and Ed Ferrara would give the bullet points and trusted the professionals to be professionals and trusted the entertainers to entertain, bro. And hopefully The Rock and Vince Russo are still cool. I know The Rock is still cool with his boy Brian Gewirtz, obviously. So maybe one day, hopefully, we can get a Vince Russo, back on the creative end for WWE. Because quite honestly, as much as I love Stone Cold Steve Austin, had he not drove a beer truck or an ice cream truck or shown up at the hospital to attack Vince McMahon or whatever it may be, I probably wouldn't like him that much. Now, I did what everyone else on YouTube does when it comes to professional wrestling news. I claimed it was breaking news. Breaking news! And I read off of a random dirt sheet online, verbatim, word for word. So hopefully you liked it. Speaking of dirt sheets, if you want some real wrestling news, some real dirt, some actual legit real information, I would go ahead and check out Vince Russo on the Russo brand, or Ben Hameen and Hameen Media Group, or Stevie Richards on the Russo brand and Stevie Richards Analysis. Ethan Carter III, EC3, he does stuff. Stevie Ray from Harlem Heat, he does stuff. Ryback, he does stuff. He's been telling us about the Vince McMahon shit for over 8 years. Those are the people you want to go check out. Oh, and of course, Cafe de Rene Dupree. And as always, like, share, and make sure to smash the subscribe button like people smash your mom.